celebrate the light you are. I celebrate that you have now more power in your awareness, in your experience, in your form, connected to all levels. You have all that now in such a way that you can impact how life is for so many on this planet right now. So sometimes you're going to hear and see stories of things that are so not pleasant in your world. And in those pictures, you're going to want to do something about it. Some of you will find a calling to get on a plane or a boat and go that place and offer some physical assistance or to help in some way, in a very real human way, and that's grand. But I will say most of you, perhaps because of the overwhelm, you don't even give yourself permission to fully accept that going within, acknowledging that you circulate that energy of fear, of pain, of panic, of life that is distorted in such a way that you embrace it with gratitude and gift it with the light, with the love. So you send prayers, you send good thoughts, or you say you will. That's a good thing. If you really align in that, it's good. Saying you will and thinking that's all there is to it is just saying so, unless you said so out of your God decree, is rather hollow, but not entirely vain or void. It exists, so the words, the intent exists. Even as small as it may be in its outpicturing, it accumulates energy. Because like attracts like. And so you've seen the studies that have been shown on many different ways that when a certain number of people meditate together, things happen around that. When enough people pray for a certain thing, things move and are shifted. So even out of casual, I'm sending prayers, I'm sending light, you know how you type into your little computer and all those overwhelming places that your energy and light is needed. Even that almost hollow act is enough that when enough people send that, it will be great service. So if that is so, imagine your conscious full intention, your full 2 minutes of finding that light within in a way that is powerfully present. And then in that place express, I send this light. I give this love. I extend all that to whatever is the need, whoever, whatever is the circumstance that requires and requests this, added unto them to remind them that they are the light in any way that I can, and so be it, and so it is. Imagine if a casual sending prayers and light adds up to having great meaning, how much greatness will be happening in your world when you do it from that other place I'm speaking of, consciously, intently, not just with habit of words, but with the full realization of the experience of the light. I only have so much to give. I give all day and there's nothing left for me. That's not true. If you give and there's nothing left, it's because you weren't really giving at all. Because the law of nature is you give and receive. I tell you, investing 2 minutes will have a profound effect on how much more you have to give, how much more you receive, how much more light shows up everywhere you look in the world. Because if you look for light, you will see light, right? If you look for the dimness, the darkness, the shadow, for the evil, for the distortion, that's what you'll see. It seems to be everywhere and so easy to see that. But if you're looking for the light, you'll find the light. But when you are looking for it in a way that you don't know where it is in here, it may be a little trickier for it to connect to you. Doesn't mean it's not there. you haven't acknowledged that like attracts like, and that little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, now we're one big light, you see. I see it now. So sometimes you'll be in that place. Humanity will be in the place of feeling so despaired, so overshadowed, that it's difficult not to stay in the desperation. It can seem some moments so difficult. Father, if it be thy will, let this cup pass. I think it's easy. You know it's not easy. So there are moments when you're going to know that despair. Be listening for that little voice that says to you, I know you feel that now. That's not who you are. And you'll fight that little voice until you just surrender. I'm speaking to you. There are people who are going to believe that they can end their life because that despair is too big and they won't hear that voice and they don't want that voice to win. But none of you here are on that path. Dark as it may have been and dark as it may be in any one moment of your life, I know you, each of you here, is here because your soul has called you to move through that to the truth. You've heard it said by possibly Saint Germain and some of the other masters, and maybe you've read it in other teachings or books, that the butterfly goes through hell while he's in the cocoon. That there is, in that state of melting down every little cell of his body so it becomes available to be reformed into something else, is not joyful and fun by the standards you would think of it as a human to have to do that. That caterpillar, no longer a caterpillar, not yet a butterfly, just this ooze of matter, it's got the consciousness of experiencing release, anticipation, and profound joy. Take my word for it, if you will. So when you're having those meltdowns, you can have, a part of me is really loving this and enjoying this, and I'm not talking about the ego boohoo that likes to be in the pity domain, but the part of your soul that says, this is why I came here. 3 days in the tomb. Oh, just because it was written in the prophecy, I just had to wait. And I wrote this, oh no, it's only been 2.5 days. Oh, come on. I want it to be now. And my God presence said, it's all happening right here, right now. Don't worry. It's all perfect. I'm kind of exaggerating, but that you can imagine maybe that if I already had that awareness and that knowledge that all the body wanted to do was transform and be the light body, and then not just be the light body, be the light body that could in and out manifest physical, non-physical, light, body, light, body, light, body.
Yeah.
That's a good trick, eh?
Yeah.
You get there. If you want. Not required, if you want. What's the commitment level you're at to achieve that? 2 minutes a day, not going to get you there quite so fast. So I'm not trying to limit you to only 2 minutes a day. I'm just saying to you, I know you can do it. I know you can manage. You can live in 2 minutes of focus to be the light in a way that you experience that. Because that connects you with anything and everything. So when you get to know you, I am the light. You get to know that. Your perceptions change. To be inclusive. To be allowing. To be compassionately giving. Because all that you have here in your light doesn't want to stay here. It wants to birth. It wants to express. invite you to recall the moments that you might have had when you were praying or meditating or listening to some great music that transported your soul, or watching a visual that transported your soul, and that moment when you felt the light just became bigger. When your heart just, when your mind was, and everything became bigger. You've had those moments. Recall that. And I'm inviting you that with 2 minutes, you can start becoming more ready and clearer in reaching that place which isn't an accident. That's the moment that you aligned and created your oneness to light. I would like, for my birthday, chocolate. Have the gold, have the frankincense, the myrrh. It's all wonderful. In my travels to the so-called newer world, New World as people called it, in many centuries beyond my earth life, but I traveled in my light body to visit, and some of the tales are told. Some of the people in the native parts of the world have stories about this man that came from someplace not Earth, right? Even in the, well, let's just say, who is Moroni? You know, there's a lot of energies and stories that have gone around about mastery of this man called Jesus of Nazareth, Jesus the Christ, Jeshua ben Joseph, your brother. And my body in its light form tasted chocolate, but it wasn't very sweet. It was just sort of a bitter thing. It wasn't very pleasant to my recollection. So now the way humans eat it, I would love to have that for my birthday. You can just see it now. All the little mangers and around all the places around the planet, and people are dropping off little chocolate bits. Now that's probably wouldn't be so tasty if it sits there in that setting. So thank you for hearing that I am who you are. I am the light. You are the light. In all, Father, Mother, God, as I am, so it is. We are light. And when we align to that, by the feeling, the memory, and the knowing, the world is lit in such a way that there is healing and peace. It's a promise that is fulfilled by your commitment to being who you really are. Shalom.
Shalom.
Thank you.